We're all looking at the same thing. Thank you for joining us for another perspective from the Sag Nasty If Anybody Asks Me podcast. Don't forget to hit that like button and leave a comment. For more videos, please subscribe to the channel. I knew she was there. And you
Oh,
weren't
yeah.
raised by like a single father, but yeah, I didn't see her outside like your dad.
Ooh, Lord, if I was raised by my daddy by himself, God. Always. But
How old is
me, I didn't
Justin though?
want to.
Like how much younger than us?
He's 3 years younger than
That's what
us.
I
So he was
thought. Because
born
he
in
just felt very
85.
young. Yeah, 85. Okay, yeah, he just felt much younger, right?
Yep.
So
Yep.
I didn't see him so much,
Goofball
but he
self.
was around. And it seemed like he didn't have that many people his age either, though. So he was just kind of roaming around too. Yeah, in the neighborhood, I
There
mean.
was, yeah, there was one young guy over in, he lived in Camelot as well. And
Hmm.
I think his mom at the time, she was a single parent as well.
I think I remember
Um,
just those two together. Yep.
yeah, Alton,
Hmm.
I think was his name.
Oh, okay,
They
Alton.
hung
That
out for a
yeah,
very
okay.
long time.
Yeah, I still keep
Mhm.
in touch with Alton a little bit. Yeah, it was Alton. I
Oh,
remember.
good.
Yeah, I remember he was in the neighborhood. That's right. Yep, in Camelot. Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
mean,
one
like
of the
he's on
ones I
Facebook. Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, he's on my Facebook.
Justin was much, even though like I said, I was cool with everybody and I enjoyed, being able to connect with any and everybody. Justin was the one to hang out. And I think too, you made a point earlier about boys versus girls.
Big
That was a
difference.
major dynamic with us. I'm like, how he get to go do A, B, and C? He's 3 years younger. I am the mature one.
That's what happens. That's what
But
happens.
that's what it
Exactly.
seems like it was. Yeah. So I
Because
hope I
Taria
answered
said
that
she could.
question.
No, you did great. Taria said she couldn't go out at all. So she
Yeah. So I
said,
got
like, that
to
was it. Mhm. Go ahead. Yeah.
I
No, that's
got to
great.
listen to a little bit
Yeah, 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 yeah.
of
No
hers.
problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got to listen to a little
Hmm.
bit, just the first couple.
Yeah.
And I remember her saying that and hearing her say that. And I totally completely remember those days.
Hmm. Hmm.
I was just like, yes, yep. I remember that. Like
Yeah.
she had to be in. Her mama didn't play no games.
Hmm.
And same with our parents. My parents worked opposite shifts. And so um by the time we got home in the evenings, my mom was the one there, but she's trying to make sure dinner is done. She's trying to make sure she's ready for work the next morning
Hmm.
and make sure we have our homework done. You know, um, she didn't necessarily have to sit with us to do our homework, and she wasn't trying to because a lot of it, she was like, "Y'all better make sure y'all learn this stuff and you know it," because
Yeah. Right.
she would have had she didn't really have that much of an understanding to be able to do it with us all the time,
Yeah. Yeah.
especially by the time we got to like early high school, middle school. um but she did what she could. And so, and then they were transitioning at that time. My parents, not only were we transitioning, they as adults were transitioning. They made this major move from a city they lived in for several years to, even though back to Michigan, a new city, new
Hmm.
church, new
Hmm.
jobs,
Hmm.
new communities. So that just dawned on me as well,
What
they're
did your
making
mom
this.
do for work?
So before we moved, she worked at a hospital. She was like a nurse's assistant
Yep.
at a major hospital down there. And then when she moved here, I think from get go here in Michigan, she worked for Saginaw County Mental Health,
Oh
and
wow.
so she was like an aide. Um, well, initially and for several years, she would go to the nursing homes. They had I can't remember exactly what it was, but I think they did like schooling for um
The
adults
elderly? Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
she did something with nursing homes as well.
Hmm.
At any rate, she just loves caring for people that are either underprivileged or maybe have mental health challenges, or elderly. She really loves the elderly people and helping to take care of them
Mm,
too.
okay. Because I never, at least I don't
You probably never
recall
saw my
seeing your
mama.
mom. Yeah, I saw your dad plenty, but I don't recall seeing your mom. Maybe like, I mean, I knew she was there,
you
Oh
weren't being
yeah.
raised by like a single father, but yeah, I didn't see her outside like your dad.
Ooh, Lord, if I was raised by my daddy by himself, God.
Yeah. So like I knew it wasn't like that, but I just didn't see her very much. She was pretty busy in that way, huh?
Yes, she's definitely the homemaker, even though she
Mm-hmm.
worked, as well. She was definitely the homemaker, getting the laundry done, getting the cleaning done, keeping keeping those things up, and then making dinner like every day.
Mm-hmm. You weren't making dinner too?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's amazing. Wow. Because you said she was frying chicken. You were so surprised, like, oh, I was cooking at like 6 years old. Okay. Like,
Yeah, right.
I really was.
I
I wasn't frying chicken though. Yeah.
I really I really I wasn't made to.
Exactly.
So it was different, and that could be another question if save that for another question, if you want.
No, we'll go right now. What are you talking about?
So basically my experience, where especially in the Black home,
Mm-hmm.
mama is cooking, mama is preparing meals, uh mama also says, young daughter, get in here and help, you need to
Mm-hmm.
learn, da 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 da
Mm-hmm.
da.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was different, only because, and I don't know for sure, I have to ask her.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've touched on this conversation once before with her, but I can't remember. um it was almost like, let me just have the kitchen to myself so I can get done
That's how
and
my
make sure
mom
it gets
was.
done right.
Mm-hmm.
Go. And
Yes.
so where other people might, if they didn't know that explanation, they might find it shocking that I didn't learn to cook by being in the kitchen with my mama all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
That's kind of the explanation. And so my dad, after so long, he, like I said, growing up with so many brothers and sisters,
Mm-hmm.
all of his sisters learned to cook. That's
Mm.
what well, and that generation though,
Yeah.
um, and being from the South too,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
cook those homemade, home cooked meals, um, often. And then not only were especially the older sisters in the kitchen with my grandmama, like the younger sisters were able to do that same thing with the older sisters,
Yeah,
not just
right.
grandmama,
They kind of are like mothers in a way, kind of to the younger ones and
Exactly.
brothers and stuff. Yeah, right. Fathers and stuff like that. Mothers and fathers. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so my dad, I think because he was so used to seeing that from his family, and
Mm-hmm.
and knowing, I think, nope, I think my mom's experience matches what she did, what she did with
Mm,
me. I think that
mm,
was her experience.
yeah.
And so I think that after a while, my dad was like, it kind of bothered him that I wasn't being made to cook. I only was made to clean up like the kitchen afterward, make
Of
sure you wash
course.
these pots and pans.
Right.
And so he would like make me do, and every so often my mom got to the point where she would make me do like the cornbread
Okay.
or the eggs with breakfast,
Yeah.
and or something like that. And so that was always really interesting, but it's just
Wow.
how it played
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. My mom was kind of, because she's tired, she doesn't really want to talk, and she called it slanging. I'll be slanging, like she just goes really fast in the kitchen, and just delicious. So like, why would
Yep.
I want to bother like you getting in my way or messing something up? I gotta start all over, like she just goes. And I don't know how she did it, because now that I'm older and you gotta like cook, it's like she made some amazing meals very fast and
Right.
very delicious. And
She
like,
had
I know what
to.
it's like to be tired and you still made it,
Yeah.
it's like, as a single mother, that's really, really impressive. Like
Yes.
that's just amazing that she could do that. And when I was over at my dad's house, it'd be like pizza, 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 and
Yes.
frozen waffles. you know. And sometimes you would have pizza for breakfast with the frozen waffles and put syrup on
Wow.
everything. And I didn't like it,
Ooh.
and eggs, and I didn't like it. You eat it, and you're like scared. You just eat it, but you didn't really like
Eat
it.
it.
So at mom's, it was just like oatmeal or cereal or something I liked. But at least I got a lot of calories, I guess. But
Right.
it was very different between dad and mom. So